Well, hello there to my Aquarius. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. With your general reading, Aquarius, hopefully you all are having a great weekend as we are tiptoeing towards the full moon. All right, the moon is still in Scorpio. Aquarius, this is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. So take only what resonates with you all. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. So I have a couple of questions for you all. For those of you all who are over on the Patreon side, the video is already up on the full moon prediction video is already up over there. So let's set the tone. I am a magnet for brilliant ideas. That's right. Get those brilliant ideas going. So think of the moon in Scorpio being as a time for purging, Aquarius. So you're purging because you have so many. Your brains never turn off, Aquarius. You're always thinking, thinking, thinking. So you want to fill your mind with brilliant ideas versus things that you want to release, things that you want to release. You're making room. So if you're thinking about like purging past unhealthy or wounded emotions around people, places, or things, that would be like, okay, like you're packing up some things and you're either tossing them out or you're donating, but you're doing a full cleansing, right? A full cleansing. That would be saging, spiritual cleanse. You can look up spiritual cleanses online. So we got to spend a whole lot of time on that. But I have some questions for you all. So some questions for spirit to answer for you all on your journey, because we're moving towards this moon in Sagittarius. And so moving towards the full moon in Sagittarius is a time of illumination, expansion, truth seeking, spiritual wisdom, travel, releasing limited beliefs. So moon in Sagittarius energy is bold, it's optimistic, it's visionary, it's perfect for big picture questions. So the whole theme around that is going to be about revelation and release, higher purpose and wisdom, and also around courage and expansion, right? So when you're trying to expand, you got to look at everything, you got to assess everything around you, your thoughts, your everything, word, thought, and deed, everything, all of it. You got to assess all of it, right? So let's get an angel number here, Aquarius. Thank you for joining me over here. Thank you for joining me over here. So if the weather is nice where you are, please get out and enjoy the weather. Wherever you are, please take some time to get out and enjoy the weather, the sun in your face. Get in the sun's face. Get out there, enjoy the weather. All right, let's see what's going on here. So thank you all for also sending me love about the ebooks that are on Amazon. So if they're in Kindle form, they are free. So, and that's just, yeah. So face fear. So here we have 777. So trust the divine. Your angels are asking you to release the fear of the unknown. So trust the universe and give up your control over what's going to happen next. They're telling you not to fear the future, but rather to embrace it with faith that, let's see, that is all in your best interest. So it is perfect in design, brought to you by your most trusted guide. So go into an easy sitting position with your hands upturned on your knees for a few moments as you honor your faith in the future. So 777. All right. So it's three things that you're closing out. Three things that you are closing out. Alrighty. So let's see what we got going on here. So think of those things if you want to kind of sort of write them down as you all are purging and you're moving towards this next phase. So you can kind of liken it to like, when you're doing like your spring cleaning, right? Even though whatever time of the year it is, wherever you are, it's like your spring cleaning or just like a deep spiritual cleansing, physical, a deep spiritual, just like if you're doing a deep physical or spiritual cleansing, right? You're right there at that heart space, right? Which is a gateway between the spiritual and the physical world. So that's in the physical. And so that means like your spiritual baths, spiritual showers, but also a physical baths, physical showers, and also spiritual as well. So if you're donating clothes or physical items or whatever, and you're donating them, like if you're sending them to an organization that gives them out to other energies, you want to make sure there's a spiritual cleansing as well. There'll be saging, all of that, because you don't want to transfer that energy to someone else who could be picking that up, right? So you're not just taking them to the dry cleaners or washing them in the washing machine. You're also doing a spiritual cleansing as well. So let's lay some cards out. We're going to get to the question, but new love awaits. You're doing cord cutting ceremony. I mean, everything, because you're making room. You're just making sure all bases are covered so that you can move on. So here we have new love awaits. Your well of joy is within you, Aquarius. The answers you seek are coming. Dream even bigger. So somebody's not dreaming big enough. Somebody's a Cambion. That's an offspring between a union between an incubus, succubus, and a human parent. So you're protected by angels. It's you versus you. So obviously, I feel like somebody know that already. Somebody is in a crisis. I don't know who is in a crisis. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. Step through the portal. Step through the portal. You have the gift of premonition. This is forewarning. So source lets you know ahead of time. So however messages come through to you, they can come through to you in readings. They can come through to you in a movie. They can come through to you. You can overhear a conversation, like you could be at work or somebody could be talking about something else, or you don't know how in the world why you were at that particular place hearing that particular conversation at that particular time, or you could be overhearing a conversation if you're riding public transportation, anything. You're like, okay, why am I here at this particular time? You could have zoned out for a second and then kind of sort of came to. Your mind could have been on what you were shopping for dinner, like, what do you got to put together for dinner, cooking and all that other stuff, but your mind could have come back to focus in the present moment, and you could have captured a part of a conversation, and you're thinking to yourself, okay, just being mindful, why did you capture that particular part of a conversation, right? So yeah, but you're protected by angels. Some energies are in a crisis, but somebody apologizes for hurting you. So it's time for you to schedule a vacation. Yeah, it's time for you to schedule a vacation. Somebody never stopped loving you. So three things are closed out. Archangel Michael, the dispenser of justice, is in your favor. So some kind of injustice must have been done. It's time to release the burden, right? So should you double back for them? Something around material possession, something having to do with material possession, self-worth, some feelings of self-worth. Um, Um, and so know your worth, know your value. So let's get into it. Let's get right into your reading. This is not going to be a really long reading because I'm asking source questions as I do all the time, but prior to your reading. But what truth is being illuminated for Aquarius right now, Spirit? What truth is being illuminated for Aquarius right now? What truth? So that King of Cups at the bottom of the deck there, I caught that. So the truth is being illuminated about you. If you're a parent, that you are a great parent, that you're very compassionate, whether you're a man or a woman. And if you don't have kids, that you are like a good person, like a really, really good person. Somebody sees you as people see you as being very compassionate towards other, someone who's very balanced out, someone who's emotionally intelligent and also emotionally mature. Somebody who doesn't just, like fly off the handle, may have been manipulated but you're on top of things. Here's the wheel of the year. So very fortunate, someone who is very, very fortunate. Um, and that people are just fortunate to have you. Like it has have something to do. I'm looking at this Roman numeral 10 here, this number 10 right here. So 10 is the end of something as well. And so these could have been X's. That's not by coincidence that X is Roman numeral. It's for the number 10. And so some energies are realizing that you are, if you are a parent, that you're really, really you're a great parent, that you're very compassionate, um, and but something has come to an end. Something is over. Something is over, right? So it's time for your healing. It's time for you to heal. Time for you to really, really heal. That you're very compassionate energy. And if you're not a parent of you know, like children, you could have been like a mother or father of, you know, your community in a sense. Like your friends could look up to you, your, you know, nieces, nephews, whoever. Other people could look up to you as being someone who is very compassionate, very caring about people. Uh, you may cry for people, you know, you may empathize and sympathize for people, whether you've gone through what they've gone through or not. You may be a person that people actually kind of sort of look up to, like, wow, when people start talking about all that you've done for them, doesn't matter whether you have kids or not, people go, what? I wish I had that. Like, what? What's wrong with you? Right? So that kind of thing, right? So again, you're protected by angels, right? So there could be someone, sixth house, who is kind of like, you know, protecting your energy. Someone who, so use your wisdom and also get into your sixth house, get to know you'll open that door to your sixth house in your 12-room spiritual mansion. Okay. You have 12 houses, right? 12 houses in your birth chart. So sources saying, okay, you got all these houses. Get to know each one of them. Like, get real intimate with those houses that you have. Get to know what's in every room in those houses. Get to know you. Get to know you using your wisdom. You know, it's time for you to heal. You're a very healing spirit, and it's time for you to heal yourself, right? So it's time for you to schedule a vacation. Here we have the Ten of Pentacles. You know your worth, you know your value, and you're very rich in healing others. But it's also time to use wisdom. It's also time to use wisdom, because people will take advantage of that. So trust the divine. So you're a magnet for brilliant ideas. You're a magnet for brilliant ideas. And that's also generational as well. So here we have Two of Wands here. So this could be you, right? The source is saying to you, Two of Wands here, is like you have a depth of this water right here, depth of compassion when it comes to somebody that's very rich when it comes to compassion for others. And you may spend a lot of time near the water because you are recharging from all of that you may have poured out into other energies. Just like these bowls right here, these sound bowls, you want to start listening to sound bowls. You got your crystals around you. So you may spend a lot of time healing, but you're healing just to pour into energies, pour into other energies, right? But again, you want to get your wisdom directly from source, directly from the creator source in every area of your life, right? So let's see. Here we have the Ten of Swords here. Yeah. Yeah, so some energies may have been expecting for some kind of unfortunate end for you. Like, okay, once you were completely felt like you were just drained out. Okay. So like needing your energy. So, okay, talking about you behind your back while still draining your energy. So, again, this is why somebody needs to go, you know, maybe schedule a vacation so you can recharge and just soak up for you, just for you, just for you. So, that's the truth that's being illuminated for Aquarius. And so, let's see what outdated beliefs or illusions around this is around revelation and release, okay? Because Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of good luck, good fortune, what's on the horizon, right? It's the largest planet. Um, but yeah, so you being a magnet for brilliant ideas, somebody's always pouring out to other people to heal and focusing on other people. And that's what your reading is really about. So that's what you're focusing on now, is pouring back into you, pouring back into you so that you are aware of what's going on. Um, so what outdated beliefs or illusions is Aquarius being called to release? Right. Yeah, so maybe it's the outdated belief is that, you know, you're fearful that if you don't pour into, you know, certain energies, like around family, family could be work family, like, or, you know, blood relative or not. Okay, let's just put it that way. That, you know, they're gonna be shady towards you. They're gonna say things about you, like you see this pig, like roast you, right? Roast you, tease you. You know, there's all these trees around here being shady, all of these things, roast you, you know, in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Say really emotionally immature things to you, that kind of thing. You're gonna get fired possibly from a job, and so say, some people, if you've ever worked with people who are afraid to take a vacation because they're so afraid to get fired, again, this is about you knowing your worth and knowing your value. So it's time for you to, like I said, focus on your healing, knowing your worth and knowing your value. So you've won something, right? You've won something. Somebody is just very balanced out. You're very, very balanced out. So let's see. What else we got for my Aquarius source? What else for the Aquarius? How can you free yourself, Aquarius? How can Aquarius free themselves from limitations and that hold them back? It's just you're balanced out. You're a person who is balanced out, seeing the light and dark in yourself and in others. Here we have the Ace of Pentacles. You have a lot of money coming to you. A lot of money coming to you, all Aquarius. Again, this is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. Again, with the sun in your face, get out and do it. That's part of cleansing as well. That's part of a spiritual cleanse, is putting the sun in your face. So it's time for you to travel if you haven't traveled. And also, Spirit, what adventure or risk is Aquarius being spiritually prepared for? Let me grab some other cards. Let me see what else we got in other cards. What are you being prepared for? You have new money coming in because this is new sense of self for you. New sense of self. Somebody may have been dealing with energies who didn't know their worth, or their didn't know their worth, didn't know their value, and that speaks to second house, right? You could have been dealing with three energies who are in their second house of like not knowing their self worth, and you could have felt like maybe pouring into those energies, staying connected and trying to help in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So. You want to keep your vibrations high because here we have, what adventure or risk are you being spiritually prepared for? Yeah, right. So here's the seven, and this is a spiritual awakening, right? Some kind of spiritual awakening, Kundalini experience here. So even though people look at snakes as being spineless, right? But you can look at, obviously snakes they do have a spine. They're able to climb up the side of walls, the side of, whatever they want to get to. But this is a choice because there's two sides of the nature of the snake, like you see in the medical symbol, right? On the medical symbol, source is saying to you, you know, once the scales from your eyes have been removed, that um, some energies can't bring you down to a lower frequency with frequency that they're on, and you close out a cycle, whether it's in your personal or your professional life. Some energies, that's the choice is to stay here, right? To stay here, right? Um, And so this is, like I said, duality, the dual nature of everybody, right? Everything created has a, um, so anyway, here's a seven of cups here. So keep your vibrations high. Keep your vibrations high. Somebody could have just been in an environment, here we have. Um, and also the previous video, I think the previous video also has questions for you there too, as well, about closing out cycles in love and also forgiveness, right? So I see, and as far along the lines of a higher purpose and wisdom, because we talked about revelation and releasing. So releasing. So we'll close this out with releasing because something has number seven. There's, you see the number seven. You have three sevens here. So forgiveness, closing out cycles and forgiveness does not mean that people have access to you anymore. So you're closing out cycles. Closing out cycles in love. There is no competition. It's you versus you. That's it. No. Yeah. So here we have seven of cups. Okay, hold on. So yeah. All right. So yeah, obviously if you're watching this video, this is not you. There's a ten of swords here. So you could be thriving. So obviously this is not you. So this could be somebody else that's in this position right here, that's in a crisis when they realize, wow, that something that was planned for you did not happen to you. Yeah, something that was planned for you just did not happen for you because someone did something was really shady. Two energies did something that was really shady. So, or maybe three, who knows? But for you, you're closing out a cycle and you're moving on. So, art, like I said, Archangel Michael, the dispenser of justice, is with you. So, we're moving into the higher purpose and wisdom. So, Source, what is Aquarius's soul guiding them to explore or study next? Remember, Sagittarius, we're coming up on this full moon, is the I philosophize sign. So, what is Aquarius being guided to study? What are you being guided to study? What's interesting, I think you all have a bonus video that I previously filmed. Yeah, but I think you all have a bonus video that I previously filmed for you all. So go into hermit mode and source is going to turn a light on for you. So again, you're dealing with sixth house. And again, we're talking about the wisdom card came out twice, right? So you're going into hermit mode because it's something that source is going to enlighten you about studying. And this actually may go with the first video because there's a video that was supposed to go up before Aquarius. It was supposed to go up before this video, right? And so the bonus video was actually filmed first. Okay, just FYI, it was actually filmed first. Um, but this video may go up first. So we'll see. We'll see. Right. So you have ancestors all around you. Here we have the yeah, talking to you so that you don't get blindsided. You have spirit guides, ancestors around you that's talking to you so that you don't that you're not blindsided. You're not caught off guard. And here we have the wheel of the year. Yep. And this came out twice. So somebody is very, very fortunate. You and somebody are very, very fortunate. Very, very fortunate. So let's see what else we got. And so here we have the Six of Pentacles. And I feel like you and someone would be getting paid, are getting paid, or will be getting paid. Maybe you are getting paid now for what you do or what you're doing in terms of just your what you may be studying. You know, the work that you may be for higher purpose and wisdom. So source how can Aquarius align more fully with their life's mission or Dharma? Because I feel like the seed has already been planted and I see your money growing, so it's already out there. So the seed has already been planted by source, right? And you know your worth, you know your value. You're not afraid. Somebody is not afraid to possibly travel alone. Um, Someone has always been kind of like this. You've already been around, you know, energies who have been shady, possibly towards you. You know, have seen, you know, like try to compete with you, like certain things. You're over it. I mean, it doesn't even phase you. um, Somebody has already been around energies who watched you be in this position right here. Like certain things you're already over. It's like it literally for you doesn't phase you at this point in your life, right? So you're just meek because you just let source fight your battles. But meek and weak are not the same. People just handle things differently. So let's see. Let's see. So what, let's see. So something is just part of your life's mission. You may just handle things just the total opposite of other people. Some people may snap and go off. They may be more vocal about some things. You may just say, use like, you know, source handle it, whatever. Deuces, right? So the devil card. The devil is really in the details. The devil is really in the details. But looking at your cards here, it takes a lot of work to get to that place. It takes a lot of work to get to that place. So let's see. So somebody may have had to go through that just to bring you to, like I said, higher purpose and wisdom. Let me see. So along the lines of courage and expansion, source, where is, let me see. Where is Aquarius ready to take a bold leap? Where is Aquarius ready to take a bold leap? Let's see. Okay. So this is not some, I mean, well, somebody could be getting pregnant. I don't know. But this is abundance and prosperity as far as you're concerned. Like you shine a light on just like secrets, the secrets as to maybe why, your gifts, the gifts that you have, like uh, why you feel so deeply, like why you feel so deeply in your body, like this body right here, and it's just kind of sort of like something why it just sort of like travels all around the world, right? Why you're so full, right? Um, this right here, um, like somebody carries a lot of like secret wisdom with them wherever they go. And so it's like you have an ocean of like somebody like likes to go to the ocean. Yeah, you like to go to the ocean. Yeah, you like to. So yeah, you have a lot of abundance and prosperity inside of you. Yeah, here's the hangman here that you made a lot of sacrifices for. I feel like I'm speaking to someone's well, this is your something is your purpose. This is a higher purpose in your wisdom. This is your higher purpose in your wisdom. Someone is definitely a healer. Definitely a healer. Um, and I see you thriving. See? Yeah, so somebody had to go through all of this right here. This is your rebirth in order to sever ties with all of the energies that talked about you behind your back. So blindsided, mm-mm, no. Something you're not surprised at all when people talk about you behind your back because somebody's been dealing with this your entire life. And so you're full, right? Like somebody is full of a lot of wisdom. Like this, as a healer, you have a lot of healing energies. First one is a shaman also. Um, Indigenous background. Somebody is you pay attention to everything around you. Somebody has just this very keen sense of just all four corners of the world. This I'm looking at this card Neptune here, which goes retrograde next. Hmm. So, Source, what truth within Aquarius have they been avoiding? What truth within Aquarius have they been avoiding? What truth within Aquarius have they been avoiding? Yeah. This is a deep spiritual truth. Like someone is transitioning through life, like how you transition through life, like how you transition through um you're being guided. Like you have a lot of spirit guides around you. How it's just how you transition through life. Like you're just kind of transitioning through life and just wisdom as you're transitioning. Your spirit is just like somebody has been here many lifetimes, many lifetimes. Um, it's a person who somebody carries the wisdom of your ancestral wisdom with them. That's the secret. You carry ancestral wisdom with you, and that's why some people demonize it because they're like, how it's like a child who has the wisdom of their grandparents or great grandparents. Like, and I got to throw a little joke in here a little bit. Not kind of a joke. It's kind of fun. Like I think everybody went to school with somebody who maybe dressed like, like a younger person who may have dressed like an older person, and you like, okay, now wait a minute now. But you may have been a person that as the younger person may have just been very observant and just kind of, like I said, like acted like an older person, like, but in like in a wisdom kind of way, maybe kind of, and it could have confused people. Here's the magician card. Y'all ever see those funny videos where you can tell like babies that like both of their grandparents and they walking around holding their back and they just learn how to walk? Like, what you holding your back for? Or they saying stuff like the elders in the family saying, and they have been on earth for like maybe 5 years. They saying the same stuff. So anyway, so source is saying this is a matter of perspective, right? So here we have the Knight of Swords. You're a very quick thinking person, right? Very quick thinking person, right? Very quick thinking person. And unfortunately, people try to use your words against you, But I feel like you're also an open book too. So here we have the page of source. So when you start feeling like you're walking on eggshells around energies and people are getting all kinds of ideas about you, source is like, yeah, that's when the time needs to be cut short. So think of it that way. Like when your time needs to be cut short, when you feel like you're walking on eggshells around people and your body, because you carry a lot of wisdom that's coming through it, that's when you just need to transition on. That's when you don't need to double back. That's when you need to go, just move on, move on. Stop talking to people. Stop being an open book, especially when you feel like people are being shady towards you. They could be talking about your weight, like saying that you're, roasting you, saying that your size is a certain whatever, or trying to compare you to someone else's size, or whatever the case may be, or like you don't have any travel companions, or you're always by yourself, whatever people you're trying to think and process. So again, when we're talking about purging and see this salt water here. So it's saying to you, you're also making room for source's wisdom to be downloaded into your spirit, to be downloaded into your spirit, right? So through readings. So you could be a reader, or you could be writing something. You could also be a person who is reading more books, learning. So you're filling your mind up with new studies is what you're doing, Aquarius. Filling your mind up with some new studies. So again, this kind of goes along with the first bonus. I mean, I'll maybe label the other one. Maybe it just goes up as like the same title with a different number. So here we have 777. So face whatever kind of fear in terms of like your thoughts, because this also speaks to communication as well. This sword energy, your head and heart don't need to be at war with each other. There's a lot of things that kind of sort of flow through the air. You could have familiar spirits around you because somebody could be by themselves. A lot of things could be, floating through the air. So we can really close this out. But this is what your reading is, Aquarius. This is what your reading is. Um, what is going to set Aquarius free emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, spirit? Let me see. Let's get another deck, one last deck. And then how can Aquarius strengthen their intuitive compass? Also, how can Aquarius strengthen their intuitive compass? Yeah, so looking at your cards here, Aquarius, now that you're on the rebirth side, because again, you're continuing to purge, you want to move on through, past conversations of like, because if this is really closed out and you're really purging, I have to give you an example of like, are you going to go back to if you donated or you gave away something or you threw away something or you release something and you released it in love and you parted ways with something in love, are you going to go back and get it? Are you going to go back to it and pick that energy back up once it's closed out? 7 is sources, where this is completion. Source closed this out for you. The creator closed this out for you. Source made it make sense. So you don't need to be on the dark side of 7 asking why. Source is the one that made it make sense. So now it's time to put some structure to it. Now it's time to add structure to it. You have had somebody in your life, you've had some energies in your life that you were in between. Here's a number 7. And these 2 energies may not be here with you anymore, but you've had some people in your life that you carry their wisdom with you wherever you go, right? You were in between these energies, very structured, and their spirits are helping you transition through life. Their spirit is helping you to transition through life, right? And you are very rich, very, very rich in wisdom. So they made a lot of sacrifices for you, a lot of sacrifices for you. So if you want to be an open book, you be an open book about their sacrifices. But like I said, close out cycles in love and let source handle everything else so you can go on your heart path, okay? So it's not worth pursuing a path without passion. The road will only lead you to uncertainty and frustration. Follow your heart and you can't go wrong. Yeah, so don't hide. So dare to dream big. Remind yourself that everything is possible. Um, Don't hide your talents and abilities, but use them to build your world. Use them to build your world. Authenticity attracts. Being authentic attracts the right people and repels the wrong ones. When you stay true, you naturally filter out those who don't align with your path. Right? So embodiment. Now is the time to make your mark in the world. You decide what feels right to you. Embody your leadership power and create your world out of your deepest desires. And then pursue happiness, right? Never apologize for what brings you joy. Only you understand where you truly belong and where you find your safe space. Follow your bliss. Hopefully this is helpful for somebody, Aquarius, but this is your reading. Somebody carries a lot of spiritual wisdom. You have a lot of spirit guides around you helping you through life. And you know your worth and you know your value. So inner child. So that's who you want to give love to. Allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. That's right. All right. So, and then this last oracle card, and we're going to go ahead and close this out. So, dance. So yeah, get out under the sunlight. Get out in the sunlight. These are your spirit guides around you. Your spirit guides around you. Yeah, don't stop dancing under the sunlight. Yeah, get out there, schedule a vacation. Don't stop dancing under the sun. And loving life. So this is what I'm seeing for you. Hopefully this is helpful. And I will see you all in the next video. And again, get out and get some air. Get out and get some air. If the weather is beautiful where you are, please go outside and get some air. It is, well, where I am is gorgeous. The weather has been amazing. Maybe kind of on and off raining a little bit here and there, but for the most part, it's been just nice. All right, bye.